And visit our Birdwalk branch at the Rams Shopping Complex for added convenience. Go online at farmcarerx.kn or facebook.com/farmcare to browse house brands such as Quality Choice and Puritan's Pride. Get health tips, learn about sales specials, and much more. Farm Care, for your wellness, comfort, and privacy.
ICWI, the insurance company of the West Indies, would like to notify all listeners that their Nevis office has moved. In order to serve you better, ICWI is now located at Heritage Plaza, Main Street, Charlestown, the blue and white building at the bottom of Government Road. We are dedicated to providing the best rates in town, the service you deserve, and the expertise you expect. Come visit us for your free quote today or call 469-1632.
At Nature's Discount, the herbal store on 4th Street, we provide herbal supplements for all your needs. Blood sugar, blood pressure, prostate, liver, heart, kidney, and more. Oils, pure herbal teas, wholesome vitamins, healthy foods, alkaline water, bodybuilding supplements, weight loss and sexual health supplements, even hair and body care products. We support the natural health of the whole family. Get healthy naturally. Call us at 662-5447. Like us on Facebook, Nature's Discount Nutrition Center. Your get healthy, feel wealthy people.
All right, welcome back. And let me say good morning to all of our listeners and all of our viewers. And let me say good morning to Sergeant Henry, who is here in the studio with me. She's going to make her opening remarks, and then we'll open the lines for you to get in. And, of course, the number to call is 465-2555. That's 2555. Good morning, Sergeant Henry.
Good morning, GQ.
Could you get the mic closer to you? Yeah, I don't want the people to miss anything you have to say this morning. All right. Yeah, good to go.
Yes, good morning, GQ. Good morning to the listening audience via the radio and the internet. This morning, I want to talk about transfer of registration. That's on a vehicle. And on the change of possession of a motor vehicle otherwise than death, a motor vehicle shall not be used for more than 7 days. So you're not supposed to use a vehicle after 7 days of transfer.
Okay.
Some people will come to the traffic department. You're going to transfer the vehicle to A, going to transfer to B. And you're going to give them the paper, and before they go to Inland Revenue, they use the vehicle and they do not go and do any transfer of ownership. That is an offense, especially if the person sell you the vehicle with the registration number. They figure, okay, the vehicle is still insured, or it is registered already, but it's registered under somebody else's name. And persons are taking it to their advantage by using it.
Okay, I get what you're saying now.
So if I transfer my vehicle to you, I come to the traffic department, I said, I do not want to retain my number. So I sell you my vehicle with my number. Instead, you go to Inland Revenue and do the change of ownership into your name. You drive the vehicle like that. And that's an offense.
Okay.
Also, persons are using people insurance. Sometimes you say, okay, my vehicle is insured, you use it, but sometimes your name is not on the insurance. So if you get in an accident, you'll be charged for driving without insurance, and the person will be charged for permitting you to drive without insurance.
So even though the vehicle is insured, because it's not in the person name?
Once your name is not on the insurance, remember you have to be covered by insurance to drive somebody else's vehicle. If your name is not there, you're not covered by insurance.
Okay.
So that's an offense.
Okay.
And also when you are buying somebody else's vehicle, make sure the wheel tax is up to date. Because if you buy a vehicle and the vehicle is not licensed, for 6 months or a year, you will have to pay the cost of that.
Okay.
So dot all your I's, cross all your T's. Make sure
Yes.
everything is insured, licensed in your name.
And not only that, but remember I just said if you buy a vehicle, if you buy a vehicle from me, my vehicle was down for a while. I didn't go and inform the traffic department that it's off the road because of some maintenance or whatever, some mechanical problem. You buy the vehicle from me, say it was down for a year, I sell you my vehicle with the number, you go to Inland Revenue, you will have to pay that cost. The liability is on you to pay for the year that it weren't licensed.
Really?
Yes, so make sure when you're buying a vehicle from someone, you ask them or you make sure that the vehicle is licensed for the previous year or whenever that they're selling you, if they're giving you the number.
Okay.
Yes. So I don't know if anybody want to call you right now.
Oh, we had some calls just now, but I was letting you finish your presentation. And I apologize for interrupting you.
No problem.
465-2555. Let's see what's on your mind this morning as it relates to the topic, or it might be something else on your mind for today. In the meantime, while we wait for the calls, anything else you want to address?
Also, I want to address the road across by the airport. Remember 2 weeks ago, Mr. Gilbert was here and he spoke about the piece of road that they cut off from the main road. That road on the left when you're going to Kim Collins. You only use that road if you're going to going to Frigate Bay or Broadrock. Last week, somebody called and had some contention with somebody because the person take the road going to Kim Collins, and in the event they say, okay, they don't want to go. So they turn around from there and came back on the road. Instead they go up, so you nearly caused an accident. Remember, that road, if you lose your bearings or whatever, say you want to go back and you take the wrong road, all you have to do is to go straight up, you turn around by either the ECC Bank or you have some empty lands where you can turn and you come back down. Do not just cut in by Michael Burgers because that can cause an accident.
Okay. Let's take this call. Good morning. Yes,
Morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
GQ,
Yes, ma'am. Morning.
Vigilant,
Yes, Vijay. Good morning, man.
Pascal to say good morning.
Good morning, brother. Good morning.
Thank you.
All right, brother. Good morning. That was Vigilante. He just called to say good morning.
Oh, good morning, sir.
Yeah. That's all he called to say. All right, so you were saying, as it relates to the road by the airport.
Yes, that they just create. Or the piece that they cut off from the major road.
Okay. Good morning.
Hi, good morning.
Good
Hi.
morning.
Morning.
Good morning, Sergeant Henry.
Good morning.
And how are you today?
I'm fine, thank you. And how are you?
I'm blessed.
Thank God.
Concerning the pieces, there are things in the middle of the road that you're speaking about currently right now. What I think about it is that it looks so funny. You said we're going forward, we're going backward. What we should have done, or what you all should have done, is just mark the street. Just mark it. You know, just put the marking in the street, the lines where it's supposed to go, the arrows, etc. You know, it looks so out of order. It don't look professional to me. It just don't make no sense. You know, you might say that it don't make no sense to me, but that's whatever you intended to do. But I ain't go for that. Anyway, Sergeant Henry, if I don't know when last to drive through by my area, if you come through here lately, you're going to see my wall became a sideboard. Blow horn. Because the other day, a young guy was going around here and somebody almost cleaned him up. So he came back and I saw him waiting on my fence. And when look, I approach him and he said XYZ. So now my fence mark blow horn and people are using it. So my question this morning to you is why you all don't put signs up, because a simple sign with white paint on my wall saying blow horn and people are blowing their horns, what happened to you all signage? You understand? It's a serious call, and you might be saying, oh, Mrs. spoke up disgusting. I'm not disgusting. I am trying to protect my villagers and even myself, because the life that I save, it could be my own, because I live in this corner. And I see my friends almost knocked down million times per day with some of these drivers. So that's my input for this morning. Have a blessed day.
Thank you. Okay, the piece of barricade that they put across by the airport, okay, you say it's not making sense, but if you put lines, remember we have some persons drive reckless or they drive without reason for other road, consideration for other road users. So if you put a line there and they know that they're in the wrong lane, all they're going to do is come out in front of somebody and there you cause an accident. You have the line, you cut them off from doing that. So we're preventing accident and we're preventing the blockage that used to be there when the traffic is heavy. The corner, remember when you're driving or you're learning to drive, they say when you're taking a corner, you have to be vigilant. You cannot go around a corner too wide or you cannot go around with speed because it's a blind corner, you cannot see what is in front of you. So as I said just now, you have to drive with consideration for other road users. Yes, you call in many times on it and they tell you that Public Works will be doing something about it. But for now, people have to drive with consideration for other road users. It's not them alone, it's not donkey or animals on the road, it's persons. So we have to be careful what we are doing. Remember, it's a blind corner, take your time and go around the corner. Thank you.
All right. Question for you. What's the process when selling a motor omnibus with registration number if the previous owner no longer uses the vehicle and number?
If the person do not want to use it, retain the number, they sell the vehicle with the number. But then, for them to get a next number, if they want to go back into the omnibus service, they will have to apply to Transport Board. They can't just come back and say, okay, hi, I had a bus with this number, I sold it, I sold it to this person, I want to go back into it. We cannot do that. They have to go back to Transport Board and they will decide.
Or they'll have to reapply?
Yes.
All right. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hey, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Miss Henry.
Good morning, sir.
Now, if you paint a line in the street to divide me and GQ, GQ's lane is on my right hand, and I am on the left of the line. And I know I'm not supposed to cross over that line and go cutting in front of GQ. The painting can't stop me from going over. But when you raise a divider in the road, that stops me from going over on GQ lane. And that is the reason why they put the piece of wall there by the roundabout there to go across Kim Collins Highway. That you come off of the main and you pull on the left to go across Kim Collins Highway. Because if they never put that divider wall there, I could have said, well, I go in King Collins and then I swing back over in front of GQ. So that is the reason why they put the wall. It may not look good, as the caller said. It may not look good to see, but it's serving a purpose. It's just like any other place you put a divider. So everybody knows their lane. You stay over here, you can't come over here because there is a divider preventing you from skipping lane. That's all I got to say. Thank you.
Thank you, Carlo.
And on that note, you have another listener who is in support of what you guys did at the airport. And this person says, I do appreciate the lane at the airport. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Let's go back to the phone line. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning to everybody there.
Good morning.
I had to chime in here and say something when culture mentioned something about the dividing line. I don't know if police officer if you ever realize, but when I leave my home and I'm going on the Kim and the F.T. Williams Highway, there's a dividing line, that long line in the middle. And do you know that people, lots and lots of vehicles, the wheel is more or less on the dividing line. So you coming from the opposite side, west, going east, you have to be on your far left, because if you decide to drive in the divided line with your right wheel on the divided line, you're going to get an accident. You know, I don't understand why people drive on the dividing line. There must be at least about 3 feet between the dividing line and the vehicle. But you don't see that. Police officer, there's nothing you could do. You, the person who's going in the opposite direction, have to hold your left side. But the dividing line is 10 cars past you. 8 of them driving on the dividing line. And they're not supposed to do that. There must be a space between. I think somebody told me years ago in Puerto Rico, I don't know if my body culture can verify this. But I remember one night I was driving home, and there was this youngster walking on the dividing line. They made the line in the middle. And I dropped him and she said, well, where he walking there? He said, well, that's where he's supposed to walk, since there may not be any sidewalk on the other side. So I don't know if culture could say something on that. But he was able to walk on the dividing line, and each vehicle going back and forth stay clear of that dividing line. But that's not what I see here. Most vehicles here drive on the dividing line, and I don't think that is correct. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, caller, for that. And thank you for your observation.
Well, we don't have any calls at the moment. So you were making reference to, well, you already answered the question about the omnibus. Yes.
Yes, but remember when you're at a roundabout, remember you always give right to the person on your right.
Give it to the traffic on the
Give
right.
it to traffic on your right.
Mm-hmm.
So not because the lines are not there right now by the airport to say give way. Remember when you're learning to drive, that's the first thing your instructor told you. Or even if you read it in the highway code book, it is there. So remember to give way to the traffic on your right.
Okay. We have a listener here said they the second to last caller, they think you just need more reflectors so motorists can see the approach when they are approaching.
Yes, well, that's supposed to be done.
Okay. Good morning. You're live.
Yeah, I get what you call it? I'm expecting the caller expecting a report from me
A response.
as police without pay.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the guy who was walking on the dividing line, he had no right to be there because he gonna get knocked down. Even though no sidewalk was there. All he had to do was step to the side of the road and walk carefully and look back. But the fact remains, there was a big figure on the yellow line. Driver would say, well then that is a person walking in the wrong place, but at least they could see him. And for them to go over the lane, they will have to push him over there with the car and they're going to get wrong. So he was acting as a divider between the two lanes. That's the reason why he was there, even though he was looking for his safety. But there wasn't the place for him to be. But because he was walking on the line, everybody would see him, and they know they cannot push him down and go on the other lane. That's the only way I could explain that. Thank you very much.
Okay, Carlo.
All right. Thank you, Culture. Thank you so much for that. All right. So we're just getting some more support for the roundabout at the airport. At least the listeners on this show are in support of what you guys are doing.
Thank you.
Yeah. Anything else you want to address before we take some more calls? Oh, well, we do have a call now, so let's take this call. All right, we lost that call. Yes.
Yes. There's nothing much really to say this morning, but I just want people to remember when you're purchasing a vehicle, remember to make sure that everything is in place, especially the wheel tax. If the person is going to transfer it to you with the number, if they're going to retain the number, then it's something different. You'll get a different number. So you won't have to pay. You won't have to pay a liability on it.
Okay.
Because it's not the same number you're using.
I think we can wrap up the program now, seeing that we don't have any more calls at the moment. You have an announcement about next week?
Yes. I won't be here next week until after election God's Spear. And I'm just asking the drivers or the motorists to drive with consideration for other road users, because yesterday, during the nomination day, we had many accidents. I sure we had over about 5, 6.
Wow.
And it's just people hit vehicles and move off, hit and run.
Wow.
Yes, most of them was like that.
Okay.
So remember to drive with consideration for other road users. Also, if you get involved in an accident, you come and report it because it's an offense. Failing to report an accident within 24 hours. It can also be an arrestable offense. So if you hit somebody's vehicle, you make sure you come and you make the report.
Let's take this call. Good morning.
Hi, good morning. Good
Yes.
morning,
Morning.
GQ.
Good morning.
Good morning to the officer there.
Good morning.
I just want to find out something, right? The other day I was driving in that same area by the roundabout.
Yes.
I was coming from the Kim Collins area. I mean, not the Kim Collins, the bypass road.
F.
Right?
Williams?
Heading to the Kim Collins. The other person was coming from Connery now. So they're driving that same space over on to the left. So we both meet up together now, right? But the person didn't give way. Do they supposed to give way once they're over on the left?
Yes, sir.
Yes, they didn't. So I think you should, let people know that they're supposed to give way in that area. I think what happened really, it could be probably they didn't have the markings, but I realize they have them now. So maybe that's why. So that person's supposed to give way once you're over on the immediate left.
Yes, you're supposed to give way to traffic on your right, around the bout.
Yes. Okay then. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much, man. All right, so I think that's going to do it for us this morning, unless we get some more calls. If not, thank you for your time, and I'll see you after elections.
Godspeed.
Yes, and do take care of yourself.
Yes, I will.
Sergeant Henry, let's take this call. Good morning.
Yes, good morning, DQ. Good program. But the road is a problem. We need let a hole them patrol. Them in it so it could cause accident too. Not just other vehicle coming and butting into one another. The road is a problem. When you go more the patrol, you end up on another vehicle too. So the road need to fix. Thank you.
Yes, but for now, before the road fix, if a vehicle is coming and a pothole is on your side, all you have to do is just wait until the person pass, and then you just cut over and then you avoid the pothole.
Okay, but they will be fixed, though.
Yes.
All right, man. We get some calls, so we have time we can take the calls. Good morning.
Yeah, hi, JQ, good morning, and good morning to Sergeant Henry.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Mr. Natal.
I have just a slight concern. There were areas where pedestrian crossings were painted. Now, those areas are now appearing black. Is that an indication that those areas are no longer pedestrian crossing? Because people are still using them, even though they are painted black. I don't know if it was because of the repair of the street. I don't know. But it is sending mixed signals to traffic users. What is the situation with them? There's one now by Kentucky. I don't know if it was abandoned because of the lights that is now there. And you have a few of them all over the place. What is the situation? Were they abandoned or are they to be painted over? What is the status of those that are now appearing black that used to be black and white?
Okay, once they are painted black, especially the one down by KFC, it is no longer in use. Because remember, you're crossing away from the traffic light. So the one that was by KFC, it is gone down by Social Security building. So anybody want to cross, they cross
utilizing them as if they are pedestrian crossing.
No, they are not, because they are not painted white. They're black out. So once you see a crossing is blacked out, it is not in use.
I think that message would have to be sent because it's creating a little chaotic situation for drivers and pedestrians alike. They're not absolutely certain what they should be doing. I was driving the other day and you had proposed to just step on and start to cross. And I wondered, well, what is the status of this particular pedestrian crossing? I think maybe the traffic department at times would have to put like a notice, just like how you all put traffic hints or tips. Put something in respect to that so people could know that that particular one, especially done by KFC, is no longer a pedestrian crossing. Please, that would help a lot.
Thank you, Carl. But from the time they commissioned the lights, we've been saying that it is no longer in use. There's only two crossing on that road. Is the one by the museum and by Social Security building by College Street. The one that was by KFC is no longer in use.
Yeah, that's good, and it would do very well for this moment. But repetition could help reinforcement, and it wouldn't hurt to have something saying that on a more continual basis so that it could be absorbed by people and prevent potential accidents.
Thank you, Carl.
Okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thanks much.
All right. Good morning, you're live.
Good morning, GQ.
Yes, good morning.
Shiny. Concerning this road by Malone Avenue, coming out to Cayenne Street. They got a problem there, you know. You got to come right on the road before you see things are coming down. You need a camera, a mirror or something out there now.
Malone Avenue and Cayenne Street or Central Street?
When you come to the Chinese, inside Chinese, when you come out the road.
Spot Street.
Spot Street, sorry, Spot Street. I think you got to come right on the road before you see traffic come down.
We put several mirrors there and they were destroyed, but we're going to put back one there. Yes, sir. They always had mirrors.
Well, it is bad, eh? Because you got to come right on the road, right out of the road before you see it coming down. Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right, let's take this call. Good morning, you're live.
Yeah, one more thing, police officer. Some time ago, I mentioned about the light there by the Roman Catholic Church school. And there's something about it. To me, 5 seconds is not enough time. I went across it yesterday. I look up, I saw to walk, the sign says to walk. Police officer. And the same time I stepped down to walk, even though the sign saying walk, 2 vehicles passed. I mean, the time was so short. In 5 seconds, I count them, and the light changed back to stay. I've said it before, and a caller who heard me saying the problem with I just take too long to walk across. 5 seconds is not enough time. So I'm asking if you all could check out that light right there by the Catholic church, the Catholic school. There's something, the time is too short. I normally count 8 or 9 seconds, but this is only 5, more than once I counted. And the person who was crossing didn't stop even when the sign to cross came on. So maybe you all could take a look at that there and see definitely if there's something wrong with it, or you need more time for people to cross. 5 seconds is not enough time. Thank you.
Okay, caller, your concern is noted.
And that's going to be our final call for today. And as Sergeant Henry indicated, she will not be here next week, Wednesday, but after the elections. Godspear. She'll be back to do the program again.
Yes, I will.
Have a great day.
Same to you.
Until we meet.
Yes, sir.
All right. Stay tuned. We have a 9 o'clock report coming up next.
Slow it down.